What's up, everybody? This is Colin from Holistic Heritage Homestead. I hope you're all well. I want to talk to you folks about seeds. I'm going to give you a lot of tips. I'm going to give you information. I'm going to give you things to consider. I'm going to talk to you about what we do as far as our purchase of seeds, how we store our seeds. This is going to be a lot of information covering seeds in general. This is great for beginner gardeners, intermediate gardeners, and advanced gardeners, in my opinion. So, getting right into it. Seeds. Seeds are unbelievably important. And in my opinion, I think there may come a time in the future, let's say in the next few years even, where seeds could possibly even be used as currency. I know that might sound far-reaching, but I think it's possible. And, understandably so. Seeds produce so much value. Here I've got many packets of seeds, and literally with the seeds I have on this table, I could grow tons and tons of food, actual tons of food. And that's the beauty and the awesomeness of seeds, is kind of the biblical wealth that they provide. When I say biblical wealth, I'm talking about the multiplicative wealth, the exponential growth in wealth that seeds can provide. You could even eat some of these seeds. That's right. Think of sunflower seeds, for example. Think of pumpkin seeds, for example. Think of peas, think of beans. There's lots of seeds you can actually eat, although it makes more sense to plant said seeds and try to have a harvest. Seeds are a great barter item, especially in an SHTF scenario, in a survival scenario, in tough times. A really bad recession, a depression. Seeds are a great barter item, and being that they have so much value, they're also a great gift item. They're a great gift to just gift people in general, but they're also a great way to give people the opportunity to survive. And for those of you preppers out there, seeds are a great thing to stockpile, because it's a great way to hold wealth and transfer wealth. If people are struggling, giving them seeds can literally give them food. So there's a reason why around the world there's movements to teach people how to garden, teach people how to irrigate their gardens, to get people growing heirloom seeds so they can save seeds. It's very important, and people understand this around the world. As Americans, we are, some people might say, spoiled with the negative connotation, but we have overall nice standards of living. Even the poorest people in America, compared to poor people around the world, are very wealthy. So a lot of people are disconnected from food, where food comes from, how food is grown, how it's produced, how, the sense of livestock, how it's raised. But around the world, there are people who are very connected to their food. And also here in America, there's a lot of people very connected to food. So I'm a huge advocate for seeds. I'm going to throw out miscellaneous tips throughout this video. One thing I recommend is diversity. You want to diversify your grow folio. And that's important because as far as growing, for gardening as a hobby, it's fun. It makes it more interesting. Growing different types of food, you can learn more about different types of plants and how they grow. For preppers, you want to diversify your grow folio because everything you grow has different nutritional profiles, different nutrient profiles, different vitamins, different minerals, different trace minerals, different compounds, different macronutrients. Very important to diversify your seed collection. Now, when we buy seeds, we tend to do it a little here, a little there. It's approachable. It's a great way for us and for you folks to accumulate lots of seeds. These are not all of our seeds. We have lots and lots of seeds here. I don't know if you folks can really tell from the camera. We've got seeds. This is our I call this like my working seed bin or box here. This is the seeds that I'm growing, that I intend to grow right now or right away or in the near future. These are seeds that I will try to go through so that they don't, become too old. Got some seeds here and lots of seeds in these containers here. These are mixed containers of mixed seeds. I will explain those later in the video, and I will actually do a video just talking about these containers of mixed seeds, their purpose, and the reason behind these. So while I have this in my hand, I'll talk to you about these. As your seeds approach expiration, okay, do not waste any seeds. Take them, get some containers. I recommend glass jars, and save them. If there's a few seeds left over, but you're not really worth growing, or you can't really fill a seed tray or something like that, put them in the container. Seeds about to expire, put them in a container. Seeds you get from grocery produce, try them out, put them in a container. Seeds you're not interested in necessarily growing anymore, or never were, put them in a container. These containers will act as a cover crop. These containers will add biodiversity to our property. These containers will produce food for our livestock. These containers will produce mulch. These containers will give us lots of organic matter to add to our compost system, and also add give us litter for our chickens, bedding for our pigs. There's lots of different things here. This is so diverse. There's so many different seeds in here. And that diversity is also going to feed wildlife. I like when protein walks around on our property. And, for the obvious reason of having protein on our property. It's also nice to give back. Our view as organic gardeners, all natural gardeners, is we don't need 97% yield on everything we plant. If we give even up to 30% back to nature, which we don't, we give much less back to nature. When I say back to nature, I mean animals, insects, and just crop loss. Probably closer to 5 to 10% maybe overall. That's great, because I want to support the ecosystems around us. I want to support wildlife. I like lots of birds on our property. I like deer on our property, rabbits on our property, squirrels on our property. I love that. It's great for the health of our property overall, and therefore the health of our livestock, the health of our gardens, and our garden beds are in-ground growing, and therefore our health, our family's health. So think of the bigger picture, folks, and save those miscellaneous seeds, things you think are going bad, okay? Speaking of seeds going bad, I'll tell you, besides these seeds on the table, and we've got also other seeds over here, okay? We have seeds in a refrigerator, which is in our garden room, and we have seeds in a freezer or freezers as well. Most of the time, if you save your seeds, for most seeds in their packets, in their packaging, they're fine for years, really indefinitely, as long as they are protected from light, as long as they're protected from moisture, and preferably, limit the oxygen that they're exposed to. But otherwise, your seeds are fine for years. They absolutely are for years. Some seeds, I think like onion seeds, for example, I believe, do not last as long. So you'll want to buy those more frequently. Otherwise, your seeds you can develop a stockpile of seeds. That's something I think everybody should do. So as far as storage, we store some in the packages. We store some in Ziploc bags. I don't know if you folks can see it. Desiccants are great. Please check out one of my previous videos talking about the value of desiccants, oxygen absorbers, moisture absorbers. Very important. Ziploc bags. Open packages that will just hopefully grow. Lots of different stuff here. So much biodiversity available. Now, for us, our main focus is growing food for ourselves, growing food for our community, if need be, being able to give away food. Also, growing food for wildlife, our livestock before the wildlife, but also just providing food for pollinators. So, bees, butterflies. I'm not a huge fan of growing things just because they're beautiful, like flowers. I love growing flowers. I think they're great. But for us, it's like we grow borage because we could eat the flowers, for example. We could feed the plant to our livestock. But as I grow as a gardener, I understand the value of flowers because it actually can help our food production, because the pollinators will help pollinate and produce more fruits, more vegetables. So that's important. However, it's kind of a secondary focus for us. I do like to feed bees. I think that's great, and we would like to get into beekeeping and produce our own honey soon. So then the flowers will be even more important. But I do appreciate the beauty of flowers, and I do like the biodiversity that it offers our property. And I think it's just nice to look at flowers. I think they're beautiful. I think they're just great. In particular, we really, really like sunflowers. Like, for example, this is a sunflower crazy mixture. This is awesome. And this is a mix of 10 plus different types of sunflowers. So at least 10 different types of sunflowers. I love sunflowers. They're just a great crop to grow. I'd like to do a video in the future discussing why sunflowers are great to consider. Many purposes, many benefits besides being beautiful. And food. Lots of different things. Microgreens, if you want to grow microgreens, we've also got in one of our cabinets somewhere, cupboard somewhere, alfalfa sprouts. So sprouts are great to grow. Some things like this, for example, pea shoots, sunflower microgreens. So shoots, microgreens, those are great, nutritious, delicious, and just great. Just another way to, and I don't have to cut these as shoots. I don't have to cut them as microgreens. I can just grow them to their maturity as a mature full plant. For us, we like to grow what we eat, what we like to eat. One of the things I love about Baker Creek Seed Company, and I am not sponsored by Baker Creek Seed Company, although I would love to be. So, hey, Baker Creek Seeds, keep us in mind. Keep us in mind as this awesome YouTube channel continues to grow because of the support of awesome viewers like you folks watching right now. I like Baker Creek Seed Company because they do have a culinary focus. They source seeds from around the world, heirloom seeds, and their stuff, they do have a focus on nutrition and food being flavorful. And I think that's great because you should grow what you like to eat. Here's a tip for you folks. Grow heirloom seeds. One, it's responsible. We are vehemently against genetically modified seeds. GMOs in general are just horrible. And we recommend heirloom seeds because of the benefit. You could save your seeds. You could save your seeds and they will be true. Hybrids, no problem with hybrids. Hybridization is not the same thing as GMOs, which are have gene splicing in a lab. Very different than hybridization. So whenever people that are ignorant tell you, oh, hybrids are the same thing as GMOs. No, they're not. They're very different. Completely different. So GMOs, bad. Hybrids, fine. However, I like heirloom seeds because with a hybrid plant, you're going to, if you save seeds from that plant, you might get a plant that's not the hybrid, but one of the original parent plants. That's just something I can discuss in detail in the future. But with these are all heirloom seeds. Let's pull this out. For example, poppy, florist pepperbox poppy. If I save seeds from this plant, they will grow florist pepperbox poppy. Let's pick one out. Basil, African nunum basil. If I save seeds from this plant, I will get African nunum or nunum, however I should pronounce that, basil. That's the beauty of heirloom seeds. Heirloom seeds also have scores of years. Usually scores of years, hundreds of years. Again, like decades, scores of years, hundreds of years, or even thousands of years of history. So they are tough. They're resilient. They can handle a wide variety of different weather, of different climate. So that's great. We recommend growing grains. We recommend, even if you're not into eating grains, they're good for your livestock sometimes, and they're good for preparedness. So for survival, you want to grow some grains, some calorically dense food, things you can make bread out of and stuff like that. So grains, fruits, okay? Perennials, annuals, herbs. Herbs are great. They're a great, great thing for gardeners to start with because you can save a lot of money from growing your own herbs because herbs are prohibitively expensive in stores. And herbs are medicinal, many of them, and they're delicious. And they, as a prepper, it's very important to grow herbs because they can help you disguise repetition and flavor your food in a way that helps you prevent food fatigue if you're in a survival scenario that lasts weeks, months, or years even. Herbs are very important. You're going to want to grow vegetables, all different types of tubers, root vegetables, you name it. Please check out my previous videos when I discuss our food prepper pantry haul, where I discuss, I also have a video discussing canned goods and thinking about nutrition. All of those foods are the foods you want to grow. Beans, legumes, nuts, seeds, leafy greens like bok choy, broccoli, cabbage, leeks, onions. And again, I mentioned annuals and perennials. They both have a purpose, folks. Food forest, container gardening, in-ground garden, planter gardening, hugelkultur gardening, garden bed gardening, if I didn't mention that. There's so many different ways of doing it. Greenhouse gardening. They all have their own benefits, and that's part of the diversification as well. So, I hope this got you folks thinking about seeds. I hope this gives you some food, some food for thought, literally and figuratively, And I will touch base on these seeds that we save, these miscellaneous seeds that we save in the future. I've also got in our fridge, our gardener fridge, seeds that we have saved from plants that we grew, that we will continue to grow because those seeds will actually adapt to your property, your growing medium, which is really cool over the years. So you want to save seeds and keep growing the seeds that you save, and then save those seeds and save those seeds in perpetuity. There's benefits to that. They will adapt to your growing in your soil. Okay? Hope you folks are all well. I'm not going to go through all these seeds here. There's a huge collection of stuff, but let me know what seeds you like to grow. Let me know what seed companies you like to buy from. Let me know how you purchase seeds. Let me know seed companies you recommend. Let me know if you work with a seed company, for a seed company, if you own a seed company, and you'd love to sponsor our channel. Let us know if you are interested in affiliate marketing for our channel, and help us make those connections, folks. Please, let's share some knowledge. Seed saving, seed sharing is great. That's just something I think is really great. For example, here's some stuff that we got from our neighbors. Just an awesome thing to do. And let's share the wisdom. That's my overview, my general approach to seeds. And I hope you folks appreciated that. I'd like to go into a deeper dive in details discussing seeds and specific seeds in the future. Happy growing, folks. Take care.